Hi everyone, myself, Mr. Later, Mr. Baller here, just to briefly to talk about Easter, not only as a significant religious event for Christians across the world, but also what it means for maybe non-Christians and how it affects our day-to-day lives. Before we'll have a bit of a brief chat with some students across 7, 8 and 9 and 10 about what they're hopeful and looking forward to. And then finishing off with a blessing from our very own Father John Dixon. So it's a bit weird because we've never done anything like this, a little podcast, but Easter for me is an amazing time because, and we were just saying it, that it marks like a really significant turning point in the year, I think, of hope and you know, the fact that the weather's getting better, the sun is shining a little bit more, it makes me a lot more hopeful. And there's so many sort of scriptural things behind that, and you know, we can talk about that, and we will talk about that. But Mr. Ball, Easter for you, what is it?
It's the spiritual equivalent of putting your shorts on, I think. Putting the tracksuit bottoms away, the shorts come out. You know? It's a big sign of change. But I don't know. What's the question?
So, like, what is Easter for you? Like, it's obviously a time of hope. So, how does that manifest itself for you? How does that come?
I guess for me, it's like, as we were just talking about, I reckon it's got like, if I could put it into 3 aspects, like physical, got the physical side of like the sun comes out, I can feel it. You've been getting through that winter and thinking like, oh, I can't do any more February. And suddenly the sun comes out from behind the clouds and everyone just goes, you know what?
It like lifts people.
I can do this. Yeah, I can do this.
It's going to be alright.
You can start to feel, you know, the summer tunes coming in. You can smell the barbecue. Not yet, but potentially.
It's a bit Will Smith, that, isn't it?
Yeah. In fact, that's an actual.
That is.
You're invited to a barbecue. Yeah.
Mr. Asher, what about you? Like Easter?
Yeah, so I think for me, Easter is definitely a place of like celebration, like a time where you also celebrate, like so many people think that the biggest celebration for Christians is Christmas, and right, and it's one of the things that we're all excited about because we get presents, we get gifts and stuff, whereas actually when you read the Bible, Easter is the biggest deal in the Bible. It's where the promise of God actually came to happen. It's where the hope came from.
Yeah.
And for me, you know, with my background, having been born and being like a 3rd generation pastor's son, it's like it's all that's ever been taught to us. Growing up in Sunday school, you do it from your first day to still today. Like Easter is the biggest celebration wherever you are, of being constantly reminded of like, no, it's gonna get better. You know, it's gonna get better.
I think that's like when you said it's like it's going to be all right. I think that's that's so beautiful because it summarises the fact that like those disciples after Jesus' death would have been terrified, freaking out, and then actually he comes and obviously things start to get better for them from that point. And I think that's just a very beautiful analogy of it. And obviously, like the reason we're talking a lot about hope is because Easter for me is all about hope that it is going to be all right, and the fact that if Jesus can, for me, I look at it and I think if Jesus can overcome and beat the ultimate power of death as a human, for me, there's nothing I can't do.
Oh, Johnny boy.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing. He was a regular, normal human like me, like you. Actually, if he can do that, then I'm hopeful that I can achieve whatever. And you were saying like getting fit. If Jesus can roll a massive stone away and resurrect from the dead, you can go and sort your ankle out, and you can go and do whatever.
That sounds such a lame comparison, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
No, I was just like, oh, you can go and sort your ankle out, can't you? No, but that's because I don't know what I was saying. It was like I was just comparing it to things that I had hoped for and things that I would say were a physical thing, such as getting better from something, being able to play a sport again, and then like the mental side of thing as well, where, like I said, where you're like, oh, it's been a long winter, but there's hope coming. And then I was just like Josh, and you said like that sort of spiritual angle, although I wouldn't isolate spiritual on its own. I think it's all tied together. But for me, that hope is massive. So that underlines, I'd say, everything in my life. So even when I'm having an absolute shocker, I can, or even like if I'm confused about something in the Bible or confused about life, as long as as long as I know that Jesus did do what he said he did.
Yeah.
And for me, that means that everything's going to be okay because no one else has ever done that.
Yeah.
So I know that my life's not going to be perfect, and things are going to go wrong. I'll end up in pain in various ways, different times. But I know that even if I did end up dying, I will die. even if, but like, if let's say I ended up I died early or whatever, I'm just not worried about that because my hope is secured, and I'm happy with that.
That's very
Absolutely.
Anything, Mr. Later? Because I'm conscious that we've been talking for ages, so Mr. Later, is there anything that you'd like to just end on or summarise Easter to you?
Yeah, I think Easter's a great time also of reflection, because it's one of those things. It's a break in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
It's not summer and it's not Christmas, so it's like a bang on summer to just see, okay, where is my life going to end by the end of this year? Am I going to be, above my predicted grades if it's in school, or like above my potential or my plans for what I had for this year? Or actually, do I need to step on it? Do I need to kind of press my foot on the gas a bit more and just, it's a great time of assessing, like, okay, cool, so I've ticked these, but actually I need to just focus on this. And it's a place where you're like, it's not too late. I still got, I still got time. So it's just like looking to the future with a positive, well, actually there's still time until the end of this year. 2021 has just started, but I've got enough of a couple of months ahead to be like, okay, cool. So I've seen 3 months, positives, some negatives, but
so
you know what I mean? Still got a long way to go before the end of the,
I think that's a really cool way of looking at it, actually. That it's like it's like a fresh start, isn't it? And I guess for you guys coming back, it's been busy and it's been a fresh start and it's been so insane. So I guess really the thing that we to finish up on is that Easter is a really hopeful time. Things are getting better across the world, as we can see, with vaccines and lockdown and the summer. So, ladies and gents, there's so much to be hopeful for, and if it's not gone well for you so far, it's like Mr. Later said, Mr. Will said, it's a brand new, fresh start.
Who's watching this, by the way?
It's going on the Easter reflection video.
Is it? That's lovely.
Yeah. So
sorry, I just ruined the video.
Yeah, a little bit. So we'll sort of go over to some students now with their message of hope and what they're looking forward to, and a blessing from Father John at the end. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
I'm really hopeful for the summer where I can see all my friends and be able to go to the beach again.
Playing football with my mates.
Being able to use the microscopes and science.
I'm really hopeful about singing with my choir again. I'm looking forward to going out with all my friends.
This summer I'm looking forward to playing basketball with my mates.
This summer I'm excited to go on holiday with my family.
I'm hopeful of going to the cinema in summer.
This summer I'm looking forward to going out with my mates to Thorpe Park.
I'm looking forward to going to the cinema.
I'm looking forward to playing basketball again.
I'm looking forward to go out and play golf again.
I'm looking forward to seeing friends and family outside again. I'm looking forward to seeing my grandparents in Liverpool because I haven't seen them for a year.
I'm really hopeful so I can see my older sister again.
I'm really looking forward to having the social restrictions lifted so that I can hang out with my friends.
I'm really hopeful to see all my friends and family I haven't seen in a long time.
At the end of next week, we have our Easter holidays. We celebrate in the Christian calendar the feast of Easter. It coincides in our country with full blooming of spring. And for Christians, that's a reminder of the extraordinary rebirth that comes with the resurrection of Jesus. You see behind me the cross with the figure of Jesus on it, because we remember that Jesus suffered and died as as a criminal on the cross. What Christians believe is that that was only the preface to his resurrection, his coming back to life. And for all of us, it's a reminder that in life we often go through difficult periods of growth. We almost have to die to ourselves in order to rise again. And that we're invited really to embrace life and to embrace joy. In that wonderful Lord's Prayer, we pray, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven." God gives life and invites us to embrace it. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his life and light shine upon you. And may you enjoy a wonderful, blessed Easter in the name of the Father, and of the Son,